Broadway is back, and so is the Broadway show. Thanks for sticking around. I'm Tamsin Fidel.
Well, you send my life a whirling, darling, when you're twirling on the floor.
We've talked about it before. Broadway shows get their start all around the globe, and right now on stage in Berkeley, California is a world premiere of the new musical, Swept Away. It's a shipwreck story inspired by the songs of North Carolina bluegrass group, the Avett Brothers. Plus, the musical stars some Broadway greats, including Stark Sands and John Gallagher Jr.
Yeah, you swept me away.
Let's check back in with Paul Wontorek.
John, you're in the middle of giving birth to a brand new musical. How does it feel? How are things going out there at Berkeley Rep?
It's surreal. You know, I think it's surreal for all of us to be coming back to being on stage after this drought. I first got involved in 2017, so it's been a long gestation period. So I think all of us are just kind of pinching ourselves that, you know, we've been given the keys to the kingdom, so to speak, which is just the chance to be together in a rehearsal room again, to be working on a new piece, to be getting up on stage.
Forever I will move like the world that turns beneath me, and when I lose my direction, I look up to the sky, and when the black cloak drags upon the ground, I'll be ready to surrender and remember we're all in this together.
So I know you have a great relationship with your director, Michael Mayer, who of course led you to your Tony-winning performance in Spring Awakening, also American Idiot. What sort of drew you into this project 5 years ago?
The thing where it all began for me was the music of the Avett Brothers. You know, we featured the songs of this folk rock Americana band, the Avett Brothers, and I've been a big fan of theirs for years, and I actually was a huge fan of theirs the whole time that I was working on Spring Awakening with Michael. When we did American Idiot on Broadway, I had an Avett Brothers poster in my dressing room that I looked at before I went on stage every night. So it's this kind of kismet full circle. The fact that an Avett Brothers show kind of randomly fell into my lap, being directed by one of my closest collaborators, was just such a no-brainer. I agreed to do it before there was even a script. You know, I said, absolutely, I don't even know what it's going to be. I don't care. If it's Michael Mayer and it's the Avett Brothers, I mean, that sounds like a dream come true. So, you know, sign me up. And then, you know, lo and behold, John Logan, of all people, you know, masterful dramatist that he is, came on board to write our book. And it's a stunning book. If you took the songs out of the piece, it would stand alone as an amazing play. He's just given these characters such, you know, some depth, so much depth and dramatic truth. So all of those factors combined made it just seem like a total no-brainer to me, and I was right.
Well, your crazy facial hair is related to this show. So tell us a little bit about what this is. It's set in 1888.
Yeah.
We're off the coast of Massachusetts, and it sounds pretty heavy.
It is. It's a heavy piece. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of levity and catharsis and joy as well. And if you listen to the Avett Brothers music, you'll find, you know, all the colors of the rainbow dramatically in there, emotionally. But yes, the show takes place in 1888. It's about a group of men that are on a whaling voyage. And they get shipwrecked, and 4 of the survivors find themselves trapped together on a small lifeboat in the middle of the ocean with no food, no water, and seemingly no hope of rescue or survival. I'm playing the second mate of the whaling expedition, who's kind of a crusty, hardened, you know, emotionally closed off, kind of lost soul. And so, you know, luckily Michael was okay with me just not getting a haircut for, you know, 5 or 6 months. So that's how I came to be sporting this disheveled and shaggy look right now.
Is it safe to say that we'll see you stuck on a lifeboat and swept away on Broadway soon?
Oh man, I really hope so. You know, I wish that I could, you know, drop like, you know, more of a morsel of a hint that that's where we're headed. We all hope so. It's a turbulent time. You know, there's obviously a backlog of all kinds of shows that are waiting for chances to get into theaters, you know, shows that were canceled or delayed back in 2020, and new shows that, you know, are stepping up to the plate. I would love nothing more than to see this have a life beyond, because I do think it's good enough. You know, maybe it's just because I'm, you know, feeling warm and fuzzy on the inside of the production right now, but I definitely think it's one of the best pieces of theater that I've been involved in my career. And so, you know, that's saying something. So, yeah, nothing would make me happier than being able to bring it to New York and share it with all my friends and family there. It would be a real treat.